Hey, this is Jake from Habitat Solutions, and I'm standing next to a hinge cut tree I did about 10 or 15 years ago. This happens to be a box elder. I'm using it to screen a large food plot I've got over on the other side. Not a big food plot, but something about 3/4 or an acre in soybeans and the cool season annuals that I have every fall. A lot of fresh deer tracks in here. Over the years, one thing I've noticed is just over this one log over here, deer started bedding in here. Yeah, I can see deer's been bedding in here. Got deer tracks and deer hair. So there's no doubt that the deer really do like this. Just look at some of the vertical growths on this. You know, there are some huge vertical growths over here. This is an example of what you can have and how resilient these box elders are to hinge cutting, and what a great amount of cover. But once was a triple box elder that came up and just went into 3 separate trunks that's turned into this. Okay, I'm out here today with my trusty companion Pepper, and may the 4th be with you, because today is May the 4th. You can see, even though my boot tracks are in there, there's some fresh tracks, there's some deer hair laying in here. But when we come up in here, it's number one, just notice the size of these vertical growths coming off of this hinge that I did several years ago. When I come up in here, you can see this big clear area, and I've noticed every summer, as long as the food is in there, I've got deer bedded in here. Come the fall, there aren't deer bedded in here, but if it gets to where it's being used a lot, I'm going to have to do something. But for right now, it's not a big deal. You can see where they slip right out, going in and out of the food source right over there. But I just wanted you guys to get a good handle on what one box elder can do for your property. And this is used primarily for screening, and what great screening it is. Great stem density and a lot of foliage. But it's time for me to come back in here, cut some of these bigger ones and hinge them down, so I'll be doing that this summer. But anyways, you get a good idea. Even though you can see into the fields there, it's a pretty good visual break. And something I did a year ago is I came in here right there and hinged that happens to be a walnut into there again. And then I have one more, actually 2 more, that I hinged over here, and you can see, number one, all the suckers coming off. These are walnuts, but again, it really helps for my screening and my access and how it all works for me to get into my property here. So, you know, not all hinge cutting is about bedding. It's not always about directing deer. Oftentimes it can be used for screening. And yeah, I'm getting some sunlight in here by hinging these trees, which is some early successional growth, and that's to my benefit when it comes to screening. One thing I've learned is this is an access trail, tiny little food plot, stand off to the north over there. Over the years in the fall, you'll see a wetland over here that Pepper's walking into. But in the fall, that's pretty dry. There's a lot of buckbrush, a lot of thick edges. During that pre-rut, does and bucks are known to bed down in here. It seems to be unpredictable, but the thing is, they are here. So this screening allows me to get in and also to get out in the evening, because I've got some food sources on the other side over there too. And anytime you're faced with growth like this and you want some side covers, it's a great way to do it. Yeah, this is on top of other hinge cuts that I did a few years ago. Yeah, deer could bed here. I mean, I'm not going to say that it would never happen, but very remote that it would, because I have such great cover and such vast quantities back over here and farther off. But just to show you, hinging's not always about bedding. It's not always about cover. Sometimes it's to hide your movements, and that's not such a bad thing.